I want to introduce Mr. Clifton Graves, who has been here. I thank you, Mr. FICKLIN. I thank you for being here, for your attention. We hope we're able to share something with you, plant a seed, as Mr. Muhammad just said. Plant a seed that may not flower tomorrow or next week, but down the road, maybe look back on this experience of being together like this. The people we brought before you, like the man you're going to see and hear from in a minute, State Representative Gary Holder-Winfield, the folks from the Firebirds, the other professional black men who came before you, others who've done and achieved great things, others who had bumps in the road, who served time in jail, who came and shared those experiences with you, but all out of love for you, as Mr. Muhammad indicated, love and concern for you, your present, and your future. We hope you take that to heart. This is no game we're playing, it's serious business outside those walls. And you should also know this, and I think I can say this okay, Mr. FICKLIN, that you should know that the fact that we're here is because we care about you and love you. But y'all, you should know this, there are people outside these walls who got problems with this program. They don't like the fact that we coming in here talking to you. The people who look like me and Mr. FICKLIN, and Mr. Holder-Winfield, and Mr. John, the son of your principal, are doing a program like this. They don't like it. And not only that, they're saying stuff about us all around the country. They have us on YouTube, saying that, showing excerpts from this class, and a Lincoln Bassett saying terrible things about us. That we trying to propagandize you about President Obama, and that we're doing the wrong thing. And this is not good. So understand that even good things we try to do, we talk about those mountains we have to overcome, which we're going to deal with in a minute, that mountains of hate and ignorance that are still out there, that we have to deal with every single day. Mr. Muhammad has to deal with, Mr. FICKLIN, Mr. Joyner, certainly Mr. Holder-Winfield as a state rep, and myself. And we're trying to prepare you brothers in that. This is serious business. And we're trying to do something positive for you, and there are people outside who don't look like us, who think this is a bad thing. They think this is terrible. They're saying terrible things about me, about Mr. FICKLIN, about Mr. Muhammad, about Dr. Mayo, about even doing a program like this. See how crazy this world is? How crazy this world is. And that's what we're up against. So we're trying to prepare you for that crazy world. Outside these walls on these streets, and also outside this community, who people who don't like even things like this, positive things we try to do to help ourselves. Which goes back to Mr. Muhammad's point, we need you. Prepare yourselves, start preparing yourselves right now. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, not next week, not when you get to Hill House or Career Cross, but right now. Prepare yourselves to be leaders in this community, to protect yourself, defend yourselves against these attacks that are going to come. The internal attacks from folks who look like us, then external attacks from folks who do. You need to make ends meet. We're going to do a couple things today. This is our last session. We're going to hear from State Representative Gary Holder-Winfield, who's been great to sacrifice his time. Let's give him another hand. I think this is the third or fourth time coming here, coming to visit. And again, this is someone who represents you. As he explained to you before, he's voted, elected to serve us in Hartford, represent us in Hartford, and he cares so much about you. He's here again. Right. And then again, understand this. You guys, you think about politicians, some politicians, well, they only come to people who can vote for them, who open up to vote. They're show up in places for people over 18, because those folks can vote. None of you guys, nobody here 18, right? I mean, none of you students 18, right? I hope that, yeah, we heard that. So the point is, he's here because he cares about you. He loves you and concerned about you and your well-being. So that's why we appreciate his presence once again, to come and just not to do a drive-by or a walk-by in this one time, one or two times. He's been here, this is the fourth time coming, to show his concern and commitment to you. But we're going to hear from him in a minute. Before we start, though, let's begin today as we've done these last few weeks. Everybody stand up. All right. Stand up, brothers, stretch. Solar plexus. Yeah, there we go. Everybody stand up. Yeah, there we go. All right. I know you were watching the game last night. Get up anyway. That's all right. Yeah, I know.
Speaking of the game, when it came time to man up, Kobe manned up. So somebody got to show leadership when everybody's sinking and sliding, shucking and jiving. Somebody got to have their own mind and say, you know what? Nobody else would take charge. I'm going to take charge of me. So while we say this little chant with Mr. Graves, you think about your future and mean what you say and say what you mean. This helps me out because sometimes I get down. Sometimes I need somebody to help me. So this little quote that he's going to give you, little chant, helps me out as well.
All right, thank you, brother. Anybody want to help us with who's helping me today? Anybody? Come on down, brother. Yeah, come on down. Yeah. All right, come on, Trey. That's good. Trey. All right.
Like your shirt.
Vision of hope. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. All right. Everybody ready? We're going to go with you. Everybody, mountain!
Mountain!
Move out of my way.
Move out of my way.
Mountain!
Mountain!
Move out of my way.
Move out of my way.
Mountain the guns.
Mountain the guns.
Move out of my way.
Move out of my way.
Mountain the drugs.
Mountain the drugs.
Move out of my way.
Move out of my way.
Mountain the violence.
Mountain the violence.
Mountain the violence.
Mountain the violence.
Move out of my way.
Move out of my way.
Mountain the ignorance.
Mountain the ignorance.
Move out of my way.
Move out of my way.
Because I am.
I am.
Somebody.
Somebody.
And I can be.
And I can be.
And I will be.
And I will be.
Anything.
Anything.
I want to be.
I want to be.
Doctor.
Doctor.
Lawyer.
Lawyer.
Judge.
Judge.
Journalist.
Journalist.
Educator.
Educator.
Engineer.
Engineer.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Principal.
Principal.
President.
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 Anything.
Anything.
I want to be.
I want to be.
So if my mind.
My mind.
If my mind.
If my mind.
Can't conceive it.
Can't conceive it.
And my heart.
And my heart, Antonio.
Can believe it.
Can believe it.
Then I know.
Then I know.
I know.
I know.
I know.
I know.
I can achieve.
I can achieve.
Mountain.
Mountain.
Move out of my way.
Move out of my way.
If I am.
As I am.
An Obama scholar.
Obama scholar.
An Obama scholar.
An Obama scholar.
And I strive to be.
And I strive to be.
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
I will achieve.
I will achieve.
I'll be motivated.
I'll be motivated.
With a positive attitude.
Positive attitude.
With a positive attitude.
Positive attitude.
Mountain.
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 Move out of my way.
Move out of my way.
Give yourselves a hand. Thank Brother Tripp. We're gonna do right now. I want to hear. We'll do two couple things today. We want to certainly hear from State Representative Gary Holder Winfield, who I already introduced and complimented for the great work he's doing for all of us in Hartford. He wants to say some closing remarks to you brothers as we go forward. Because life doesn't stop. I mean, the program stops, but life goes on. Right. And the issues and the challenges that we talked about these last few weeks will still be out there in the streets confronting you every single day. So he's going to talk a little bit about that. Then we want to hear from you. I want you to talk to us. I want Brother Jordan to say a few words. Of course, Brother Muhammad, Mr. FICKLIN will weigh in. We want to hear from you guys and your comments, your reactions to what we've done these last few weeks. Is that all right? So I'm going to give you a few minutes to think about what you might want to say, because Mr. FICKLIN has it on tape here. We want to talk about it and have you talk to us about what you got out of this program and what we can do to improve things in the future. Bless you, young brother. Bless you. But with that, let's give brother State Representative Gary Holder Winfield another round of applause.
Good morning again. Good morning. The chant talks about all the things you can be, right? That's what this chant talks about. And from where you're sitting, sometimes it's a little difficult to understand that you can be all of those things that you talk about. Let me tell you something. I come from a community in the South Bronx where people think that you can't be anything. I come from a house that was broken. My mother's a single mother who worked, and she worked round the clock. I got a father who's a drug addict. Recovered, but he never came back to his family. So I have a lot of the issues that some of you may have and that some people you know may have, and I come from a place where people don't think you can achieve. And let me tell you, in the chant you talk about being an engineer and an entrepreneur and the president. Well, I've been an engineer, and I've been an entrepreneur, and I'm a state representative, and maybe someday I'll be the president. And what that says is, Mr. Gray said, when you look at us, you see yourselves. When I look at you, I see myself. Because not too long ago, I sat in a similar situation to where you are. And I've done all of those things. Hey, you, up here. This is real talk. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the truth about something, right? I asked you guys when I came here before how tough you were. Remember that? Some of you remember that? I asked you how tough you remember that, right? And the reason I asked you that is because there are a lot of things you got to deal with out there when you go outside these doors, right? How tough are you? Can you make it to where I'm standing? Because I know that if you do what's necessary, you can be here, because I did. But the question is, are you tough enough to get there? And today, when you turn around and you're not paying attention, you're demonstrating something to me. You're demonstrating that you're not tough enough to function in this room. And it's tougher to function out on the street. Now, I know every single one of you is tough enough to go out to the corner and get what you got to get to do what you got to do on the street, because that's easy. That's the easy thing to do. So you're tough enough to do that. My question again to you is, are you tough enough to be standing here, to go through the trials that are necessary, to be here, to talk to some young people and save their lives? How many people in this room are tough enough to do that? Raise your hands. Come on. How many? How many? Your hands should jump up in the air. Right. You should believe it. You just chanted, "Mountain, get out of my way." And you can't put your hands in the air. Something's wrong with it. You got to believe that. You got to believe it. It's not just something you say. It's not just something that sounds nice. You have to believe that you have the ability to do anything. This week when I was at Lincoln Bassett, I talked to them about why you can do it. And I'm going to tell you why you can do it the same way I told left. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you why you can do it. Because you are different than those who came before you. And the difference is important. You're going to go to school. You're going to interact with all these people. And you're going to learn a whole bunch of skills that you don't even know you have. Skills to prepare you to deal with the world. But there's something else that's different about you than even people of my generation, and certainly people before. When they listen to music, how do they listen to music? They listen to music, the song will come on, the song is all right. They listen to it, the song's not all right, they don't listen to it, and then the song goes away, right? Do we listen to music like that? No. No, what do? We listen to a song, the song's hot, everybody, we have a different kind of swagger, right? We want to be the hottest on everything, right? That's how we are. We want to be the hottest. So if they got a hot track out, somebody jumps on that track, and what do they say? They say, I'm going to spit something that's more fire than what the original guy spit, right? That's what they do. Or if the track's not that hot, they put a new track under. Hey, you, hey, up here.
Come on, David.
Real talk. Me and you, come on. So they put a new track under, and then they come out, and sometimes that track is better than the original track. So we remix things, right? That's part of how you've grown up, right? Everybody here has heard a remix, right? Has anybody not heard a remix? All right, so if you turn on the radio, in the last few months you've heard Beamer Benz Event, right? Anybody not know this song? Right? Everybody knows this song. What's that song about? Come on, it's about cars. It's about all the flashy stuff, right? But women. But have you heard the remixes? You've heard the remixes, right? Right? Now let me ask you a question. Joel Ortiz is on the remix, right? What's Joel Ortiz talking about?
Jules Santana, right?
No, he's on the radio.
Okay, Joel.
I know this song real well. Right. Joel Ortiz, what's he talking about?
He's talking about like he never gonna drive in the hood with cars because you get robbed.
He's talking about Nissan, Honda, Chevy, right? That's what this brother's talking about. He comes out and he's like, in my hoopty I be swerving, the people who I'm serving, boost phone, forever chirping, Nissan, Honda, Chevy. This is what he's talking about. Now this is a song that's about Beamer, Benz, Bentley. This is a song that's about hot women. This is a song that's about a fly chain. This is a song that's about all these excesses. And when Joel comes on, do you stop bobbing your head? Nah. Actually, Joel is probably one of the hotter verses on this track, right? Because Nissan Honda Chevy itself becomes a song. So what did Joel do? He flipped it. He made it different. And you are still bobbing your head to something that's going left when the rest of the song is going right. So now why am I talking to you about this? Because right now, you're sitting here, you're all going right. Nobody's going left. Right now, nobody's remixing what's going on in their life. Nobody's saying, you know what, this ain't hot. The people who came before me, they did the same thing that I'm doing. The same exact thing. And I know where they ended up. They ended up running the streets for a little while. Yeah, they were doing all right. But there's nobody that's 50 years old out there running those streets. There's nobody that's 45 years old out there running the streets. There's very few people out there that are 35 running those streets. And I don't want to be doing the same thing. I don't want to be doing the same track, because the same track is whack. And I'm hotter than that. I'm a better MC. I'm a better DJ. I'm a better whatever I am. I'm a better student.
Step out.
I'm a better
Step out.
possible leader.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to do it different.
Step out.
So I ask you again, because I know you have something that I didn't necessarily have, that I know Mr. Graves didn't have because he's a little bit older. I know that you are adaptable to situations. I ask you how many of you in this room, and I want you to throw your hands up, how many of you in this room are adaptable enough, understand the remix enough? How many of you in this room are tough enough to stand where I'm standing as a few years? How many? Put your hands up. Now that's better. You can do anything. And the reason you can do anything is because you have the ability to adjust to situations. I didn't get here just because I was a good student in school. I didn't get here just because everything went right in my life. I got here because, like you, I understand that you have to adapt to situations. I got here because I was tough. I got here with people threatening my lives when I was defending people like you. I got here because I am who you are, and you can be who I am. I got here because I was tough enough. And I got here because a few people love me. You got people in this room who are saying they love you, who come back. Take advantage of that. I'm going to give them my cell phone number. And I'm going to tell them to give that number to you. And when you need something, whether it be you be in trouble, you need some guidance, you need anything, you call that number, because that's the number that's on my head. And I love you guys. And I know you're tough enough, and I want to help you get where you can be. So thank you.
This is from the suburbs. You probably heard it. I'd like to have State Representative Holder Winfield let us know where he lives.
So I live in New Hallville, and I live right at the corner of Winchester and Division.
Real talk.
And the reason I live there, just real quick, the reason I live there is because a lot of people come to our communities talking about what should be happening, but they don't live in our communities, they don't see what goes on in our communities, and I don't think it's real to talk about what should happen without being there. And that's another thing. 480 Winchester Avenue is a yellow house on the corner of Winchester and Division. If you live close to there, even if you don't, if you can get there, and you have an issue, you have a question, knock on the door, because that's where I am. Because I'm there for you. So thank you.
Brother Tom Ficklin, I'm a media expert and entrepreneur. You better Ficklin the hand with
This man, he doesn't know what he has done for me in my life. All the times that I've been in this community, we've had to get stories out. I always read his information in the inner city. This is in my early 20s, coming up in this community. I have a lot of respect for this man. He doesn't speak a lot, but he was always hope that we had somebody that would write positive articles about us, and we're not always on the front cover going to jail or raping people or drug charge. This man, he's an unsung to me here in our community. That's right.
What I want to say is it's always been a dream of mine to have a team, a media team. So this experience has helped me to bring my dream to life. So the videos and the photos that you'll see, and we're going to make a copy for everybody, all of you that have helped me do this thus far, you're now on my team. And then we're going to continue in September. So I appreciate what Brother Muhammad said. And all of us, once you start on a path, you just continue on the path. But I wanted to thank you also for those of you that taking pictures, helping with the video, because that's been a relief. And some of the pictures you've taken, because you've looked at it, as Gary was talking about, through your eyes, you guys see things that have taken place in these sessions that I don't see, because you have a younger eye. You're refixing it as you focus on things. So just wanted to thank you, and we'll be back in September.
I just wanted to say that I appreciate you guys coming in. You helped me a lot, and you made me turn around for me being bad and stuff. Thank you.
Thank you. Listen, that's deep coming from him for me. That's deep.
I just want to thank all y'all for coming in today and all the times that you did come in, teach and support Obama and what's going on in our community. You really helped me a lot.
All right, thank you. Thank you. No one else. Yes, sir. Vision of hope. All right.
I just want to be grateful because a lot of people in this community, in these neighborhoods, they don't really give us a chance to talk about it. They're probably too busy doing something else.
So Trev, I'm going to impose upon you. I need you to say it a little louder, like if you're on the ball field or something, because for the video, and when you're on TV, you would have to project into the mic. So look this way and just speak a little louder.
I want to be grateful for them having time to come in to talk to us. Because nobody gets time to talk to us and teach us to be leaders.
All right. Thank you.
Helping us out because I know that kids like our age see a lot of shootings, a lot of drug dealing because they get a lot of girls in cars and stuff. They want to be like them. Well, this is who we need to be like, and I thank them for sharing their time, coming to us to talk to us.
Thank you, Jeff. And thanks for calling us young men. We appreciate that. We really appreciate that.
We're getting ready to transition to the Wiz, but I'm going to let Mr. Greg close out with our chant, and then we'll follow me, Mr. Joyner, to the Wiz.
All right. You want to get that? You want to stand up. Thank you again.
I want you to participate in the chat.
Hope you remember the words of Brother Muhammad, Principal Muhammad, the words of State Representative Holder Winfield, Brother Joyner, Brother Ficklin.
Do you need any assistance?
Let's do like this. Let's do like a circle. Let's do a circle. Do like this. We do it like this. Whatever's comfortable for you. All right, don't break the circle now. Brothers in the back here, get the circle. Mountain. Move out of my way. Mountain. Move out of my way. Run the gun. violence. Move out of my way. Mountain of drugs. Move out of my way. Mountain of ignorance. Move out of my way. Mountain of violence. Move out of my way. Because I am somebody. And I can be. And I will be. Anything I want to be. Doctor. Lawyer. Engineer. Educator. Entrepreneur. Principal. President. Anything I want to be. With my mind. Can't conceive it. In my heart. Can't believe it. And I know. I can achieve it. Mountain. Move out of my way. Give yourselves a hand right now.
We need straight lines. So,